If we see his deeds, in the Bible we find he was evildoer, he broke the law, and now he is paying for his crime. He was evildoer, he broke the law, and now he is paying for his crime. Other day I was reading newspaper while I was in Delhi. There was a statement from Afzal Guru. I don't know how many of you remember him. Afzal Guru was masterminded when he was mastermind when they planned to attack Parliament House in Delhi. Now he's behind the bars, waiting for the final verdict. Court has already given that he should be hanged. But somehow, look like there is something missing link, and they are not able to hang. He made statement. He said, "My living is worse than dying. I'm paying what I have done. It is better for me to die than to live." He said, I'm paying for what I have done. He realized. But this man who was on the cross, we are told that this man laid on Jesus. This man was dying, but he spoke evil. He kept on blaspheming. He was mocking. He was insulting the Son of God. Maybe he was thinking about the prayer of Jesus, which he prayed. He said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." He must be thinking that this man, the people of this, in this crowd, they have put him on the cross. They are mocking. They are insulting. But still, this man prayed for them. He must have heard this. He must have thought, if this man is a real Messiah, if this man is a real God, why don't he do something? Or maybe when he saw other people, they are mocking, insulting, he also joined with them. He also joined with them and started mocking Jesus Christ. But let me tell you, dear friends, whatever his motive, this poor man spent his last hour of his life mocking the only one who could have saved his soul and kept him out of hell. But he lost chance. That was his last hour of his life. And when we read his statement, look like that he showed his attitude toward Jesus Christ. When he said, if he is a Messiah, or if you are a Messiah, he said, if. You know, nowadays we have very if games. I have many if games. We just concluded General Conference session. There were many people, they will come and say, if you, then blank, blank, I'll say vote or whatever. I will do this. You know, And politics also, this game is played. If you do this thing, I will do this thing for you. I remember when I was in my village, man, I don't know how many of you will understand, but most of the Indian, we understand MLA and MP. In my village, one man came who stood for a MLA. Then maybe if he's elected as MLA, he would have become state minister. I was right there, and he came to meet the people. He said, if you vote for me, I promise with you that all the streets of this village, I'll make it pakka. Election took place. This man, he was elected. I went after 2 years. All those roads or streets are kacha only. He said, if you vote for me, I promise that I'll make all these streets pakka. But same. So sometime we say, if. This man also on the cross, he said, if you are really the Messiah, why don't you do something? You save yourself also and to me also. Then I will believe in you. Then I will believe in you. When we read his statement, his words, it reveals a heart that is unconvinced, unconcerned, and unconverted. His words reveal the heart of a lost man. Heart of the lost man. Sometimes we say, well, look at this man and say, what a tragedy. But let me tell you, friends, this man is no different from the lost multitude that live around us today. This man was called criminal. He could have called drunkard, harlot, drug addicted, or murderers. We call him criminal. He could have called drunkard, harlot, drug addicted, and murderers. Let me tell you, this man, not a sinner because he was a thief. He was thief because he was a sinner. He was thief because he was a sinner. And the same case is with us. He was criminal, but we may have some other sins in us. And many times, we take the name of Jesus in vain. We mock at Jesus. We insult his church. We insult his people. There are so many people who do not believe in God. They do not want to maintain their relationship with God. There are so many who prove to be like this poor dying sinner. They refuse to believe in Jesus for their salvation. And their life center is if. If God does for me this thing, and I will do this thing. You know, sometimes we go for evangelism or some preaching. Many times we hear many objections. Sometimes argument also. Sometimes they excuse why they cannot why they cannot come to church, why they cannot join the church, why they cannot have a relationship with God. Friends, let me tell you, if we are in the place of this dying person who was on the cross, we need to know some of the things. There is nothing you are living for without Jesus is worth dying. Today is a wake-up call. God is letting you know that you need to turn to Him and be saved. There is only one way that will ever happen. You must believe in Jesus or you will be lost. You are living on borrowed time. This we see in Proverbs 29:1. If you are on the cross of this criminal, Jesus is calling you. Do not delay. Do not delay, but come to Him and be saved right now while there is still time. There is still time. We'll see about the second criminal. When I read about second criminal, I always think he was very honest sinner. Very honest sinner. You know, when he saw the first sinner, how he was talking on Jesus, that if you are Messiah, you do something, save yourself, and save us also. This man, he told him, now wait a minute. He said, we are guilty. We are getting exactly what we deserve. He said, we are guilty and we are getting what we deserve. He admitted that we are convicted because of our sinful deeds. He was honest sinner. There are not many sinners left in this world who will admit that they have sinned. In fact, they will try to put blame on others. So maybe many of us who are sitting in the church also. If we have made mistake, we have sinned, we will try to put blame on others. We have many examples in the Bible. Think about our first parents. God told Adam and Eve, don't eat this fruit. One fruit only. Don't eat this particular fruit. And they did not obey. When God came to talk with them, and He asked them, did you eat that fruit which I told not to eat? And Adam, he said, not me, but the woman you gave me. He told me, so I ate. When God asked Eve, why did you eat this fruit? She said, well, serpent told me. I ate. Adam put blame on Eve, and Eve is blaming on serpent. And ultimately, blame goes to God. He said, you gave me. And she said, this serpent, you made it. So ultimately, both of them, they did not accept that they have sinned, but they blamed on others, on God.